And hi, everybody. Welcome back to the El Dorado in Reno, Nevada. We're here for the 2015-16 Big Sky Basketball Media Day event. The road to Reno starts here at the El Dorado, and it continues on through Cheney, Washington, as we're joined by the head coaches of Eastern Washington, Jim Hayford for the Eastern Washington men's side, and then Wendy Schuler for the women's side. First off, great to see you both. Appreciated getting to know you over the last couple of days, but this should be an exciting thing. I know we with the conference are excited about it, but Coach Hayford, we'll start with you. What are some of the benefits that you see about having a neutral site conference tourney here in Reno?
Well, I think first and foremost it's great for the students.
Yeah.
And so you're always looking for ways to give your players great life experiences and make their college experience better. And so I think them being able to come and participate in something like this is great, and I think that's reason one and enough right there. Is just what you're doing for your players, but then that fans can plan ahead and come to a destination spot, I think is really great. Up in Spokane, Wendy and I have lots of friends who like to ski. It's kind of outdoor area, and so they can plan ahead, come and kind of combine a vacation with hoops. It's as good as it gets.
Right. You couldn't ask for much more. Coach Schuler, what would you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, Coach hit the nail on the head. That it's a huge part of the student-athlete experience, and I know in recruiting it's something that we've kind of been up against is places, universities that have a destination spot, and so now we have a destination, and I think this is going to be a special experience, bringing the men and women together, and our fans. A lot of the universities in our league have great fan bases, and I said they should start buying their tickets today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you heard the plug right there from Coach. But you both had tremendous seasons last year. Coach Schuler, we'll start with you. 21-12, your best season in your time at Eastern Washington. In your mind, what made the difference last season?
I think that we had a level of experience. I think we had some players that over the years really grew, from their freshman year to their senior year, and they stepped up as seniors. We had some really nice wins in the non-conference. We beat Florida and, beat Wichita State, some schools like that gave us a lot of confidence, I think, going into conference play. And, sometimes you just put it together and you have that special season, and I think that our program is going in the right direction, and we're ready to play off of that year.
Yeah, absolutely. One of your stars, Haley Hodges, she makes the preseason all-conference team. What makes her such a special player?
She's got so many tools. Probably one of my favorite things is she's a coach's kid.
Yeah.
I was a coach's kid, and you kind of just understand that mentality of how to play, and you understand what coaches are looking for in specific moments. But she's a tremendous shooter. She's such a hard worker. She's willing to do whatever we ask. If I said, Haley, I need you to lead us in rebounding tonight, I don't care if you shoot the ball. She said, okay, coach. Whatever you need me to do. She's just that kind of kid, and you love having those on your team.
Absolutely. Wendy, you had a couple big non-conference wins. Coach, you had one of the biggest non-conference wins out of anybody, a mid-major program in the country. You go to Indiana, beat the Hoosiers. What was that experience like?
That was totally awesome.
Yeah.
It was great, and it's something that no one will be able to take away from our players the rest of their life. And to go in there, snap a 42-game non-conference home winning streak in front of a lot of people, it was electric. And as Wendy said, I think that was one of the things that really gave our guys a lot of confidence that no matter what we're up against the rest of this season, we're good. We can do this. And confidence it's fun when you're coaching confidence, and it was something that last year's team had.
You talk a lot about having that confidence, and you're coming off, you go to the NCAA tournament last year, you win the Big Sky tournament. What type of momentum does that give your program throughout the offseason when you're on top?
Well, our coaching staff last year was our fourth year. We're entering our fifth year as a coaching staff. And, we built the program on a bunch of young players. I mean, I can remember 3 years ago when we were the youngest team in the conference. And so it wasn't, an overnight success story. It was building and developing players and them coming together over that period of time. And the two main guys are Tyler Harvey, who was drafted by Orlando in the second round, and then Venke Joyce, who's the preseason MVP pick. Those two guys were just great foundation stones for building a program on, and so now you know, we want to try to continue to keep that success, to be the kind of program like a Montana or Weber State is, that year in, year out, they're in the mix.
Yeah, you talk about Mickey, obviously, like you said, the preseason MVP in the Big Sky Conference. What type of player is he in practice?
Well, there he is,
There
right
he is,
there.
right
you know,
there,
yeah. He's passionate, you know, about everything he does. He's also, he's going to be a doctor. You know, he's done playing pro basketball. He's a pre-med student. He's brilliant, and he's a great leader, and he's just a joy to coach. And when you get someone like that, he kind of came in with a little chip on his shoulder back in Australia. He might not have been as respected as much as he wanted to, and now, you know, he's arguably one of the top Aussies in America, and was the youngest player at the Boomers camp, and so he's a special guy, and I'm really looking forward to his senior year.
You know, it's interesting because we've asked some of the coaches throughout this, you know, coaching's such a tough lifestyle. I think we talked about that a little bit before the interview. But, you know, in those moments where you have a little bit of free time, what do you like to do? Coach Hayford, we'll start with you.
Well, I think coaching's a lot of fun. You're around a bunch of great guys. I got into coaching because I looked at there's a lot of hard work going on, and coaching's a lot of fun. When I'm not coaching, what I love to do for fun, more than anything, is golf with my family.
Yeah.
I've got a son who's a senior in high school who's a really good golfer. And my wife golfs probably 3-4 rounds a week, and so that's something that we really enjoy as a family.
Coach Schuler, how about you?
I've got 3 kids that are, you know, 14 and younger, and they're a handful.
Yeah.
It feels sometimes like the springtime, when the season's over, is almost a busier time of year. You know, during the season, you have structure and you have schedule, and then in the spring, baseball and softball start, and it feels like it's just constant. So I'm almost relieved when basketball season starts and we kind of get back into a normal routine. And you know, our team, we do a lot of community service, so that off season is a time when we spend a lot of times together as a team, just doing things besides basketball.
Absolutely. I want to ask you both about that, because Eastern Washington plays such a central role in the Cheney community, and you know, obviously Eastern Washington itself. The message to your fans, because you both have good fan bases. Coach, we'll start with you first. What's your message to your fans as you get ready for this upcoming season?
Keep coming to watch us play. You know, I think that the coach and ourselves we've both got fun brands of basketball. We get up and down the floor. We like to shoot the ball. Our kids all play really hard, and they're great kids. I mean, that's why, you know, both of our teams get out in the community a lot, and we're just really involved with all of Spokane and Cheney and Eastern Washington, and I think that we're definitely worth the drive to Cheney, because it's a lot of fun to watch all of us play.
Any particular games on the schedule that you're excited for? I mean, all of them we know, but any ones in the preseason you're especially excited for?
You know, we've got some non-conference games that are going to be challenging, and you know, I know we're playing at Gonzaga this year, and it's always fun when you see a little bit of red, you know, dot in the stands there at GU, and that's our hope that we can get some folks like that in the stands there.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Hayford, you've got a pretty good non-conference schedule here. Mississippi State, Davidson, and Pitt. Those are some good games. But what's your message to your fans, and what are you most excited about upcoming in the non-conference schedule?
Well, we have great fans, and we know our fans, and our fans know us. I mean, tomorrow morning, my staff will be at the Guild School breakfast that Wendy's on the board of, and we're there's a lot of love going on around where we're at, and I think we also gain a lot of momentum off an outstanding football program and everything that Coach Baldwin's doing there, and so it's kind of the whole family. Our volleyball team's doing great right now. Our women's soccer team's doing great, and so it's a great time to be in Eague. And when the weather gets cold, come on indoors and watch Wendy and my teams play. As she said, we both play a really fun brand of basketball. And so the it's daunting, but you want to recruit players who want to play against teams like that and play in big games like that. And so that's why we schedule them. And it's great when you're getting on national television and being able to highlight your players to the whole country. And so we only look forward to scheduling more games like that, and and competing.
Well, awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure to sit down with both of you for a few moments. Eastern Washington's head coaches Jim Hayford, Wendy Schuler, best of luck this upcoming season. Look forward to hopefully getting up to Cheney to see you both at some time. And we're excited to see you in Reno come March of 2016.
All right.